Hey, what up, Kings? This is Parker here. I'm going to tell you guys my rotted story from back in my youth, and it goes a little something like this. So when I finished college out in London, Ontario at Western University, I decided to take the summer off and head out to Tofino, which is the westernmost point in Canada, out in Vancouver Island, to hit up some surfing. I'd always dreamed about spending a summer surfing, and Tofino is sort of the surf capital of Canada. So I figured, you know what, I'm just going to pack my bags, go out there and spend the summer surfing. So make my way out to Tofino, not an easy trek, that's for sure. Set myself up with a place to live, get myself a job, and, I'm going to be a part of this surf culture for a summer. So when I get there, I, invest in all of the gear. I buy myself a surfboard. I had a car with me, so I bought like the surf rack, the wetsuit, everything. Like I was ready to rock. I was going to be a surfer dude for the summer. Very first time surfing. So I get out there, there's a bunch of people. I'm talking to some of the pros. They're telling me, to start off with some of the small waves, the more of the surface waves just to get started. And then, figure out my skill level and move up accordingly. I decide, being the, I guess for the lack of a better word, overconfident individual that I am, I decided, you know what, forget that. I'm just going to hit the big boy waves right away and just give it my best shot. I'm an athlete, right? I can do it. So I don't know if you guys know this, but when you're a beginner surfer, you have a piece of rope that's tied to your foot that's attached to the surfboard. So if you bail, the surfboard doesn't go flying away. So I get out there, I go past the little waves, go up to the big boy waves. We're talking like 7-8 foot waves, like some monster waves. And, I'm trying to catch a wave, it's not working. Finally, I catch a wave, surf for like 2 milliseconds, completely wipe out. And when I get to the surface, the surfboard lands on my head, and this is a heavy surfboard, right? And because it's attached to my foot, it just propelled itself right onto my head. And I'm feeling woozy, I'm not really all there, definitely a little bit concussed. I look up, and all of a sudden a massive wave just comes right at me, knocks me sideways, and literally that's the last thing I remember. Next thing I knew, I was awoke on the beach with a group of people surrounding me. I must have passed out. Some guy saved my life, basically. Went to the doctor. Doctor told me, I have a concussion and that, I should take at least 3 months off boarding or surfing, which is going to be essentially the entire summer. So completely rotted, spent the rest of the summer out there, but was unable to surf. And that's my rotted story, guys.
Dang, Ming. Parker, first of all, thanks for sending in your story. You definitely rotted. Listen, man, you got balls. I'll be honest. You have straight up nads, you know what I mean? To say, you know what? I'm going to be a fucking surfer. And I'm going to go all the way to BC. I'm going to give it a go with zero experience. I'm going to hit those waves. But you're a psychopath, too. Because, you're signing your death wish, man. And you literally almost did die on your first wave.
I think that's sort of the expectation, you're just like, I don't have any fucking idea what I'm supposed to be doing here, but this is my life now. Yeah. So I'm going to go out there and just get rinsed. And, obviously expecting a different outcome, like being like, you're going to get thrashed around a little bit and then you're going to be like, I'm a fucking surfer, dude. So
this is what we do, yeah.
Not just a one and done. Basically, it lasted all of 15 minutes, and he was like, I guess I'll go home now. I got to drive another 4,300 clicks back home because I feel like a fucking idiot.
Sounds like he still stayed in Tofino, which means like he probably had to rent the place for like 4 months, and he's just like, fucking hell, I'm concussed. This is a pretty shitty summer. I'm
brain dead, and now I got to live in Tofino.
I got to live in Tofino with brain damage,
with nothing to do, and because I can't even fucking surf.
And I can't
that would be the equivalent of ripping a fart in a job interview. For that, like they'd be like, "Oh, there's a guy bailed."
Exactly.
They had to get Steve, the lifeguard, to fucking sort him out.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I love is, and I do it all the time, just to absolute disregard from the advice of professionals.
Oh yeah,
I hate it when people tell me what to do. I'm like, listen, you've been pro surfing for what, 25 years?
Yeah,
I think I'll be fine going to those waves as opposed to these baby waves as a starter. Just watch me.
Yeah, get bent, buddy. I know exactly what's going down.
What wetsuit? Fuck this wetsuit. I don't need a wetsuit.
And they're just like in the back of their head, just dying, being like, I told this fucking idiot to smarten up, and he reckons he's a bit of a hero or something, and he turned to a zero real fast. This guy almost croaked because he didn't even know how to fucking swim. And he's trying to go hit the waves with the rest. He thinks he's fucking Kelly Slater over there, and he just got rinsed. And you get what you pay for, man.
You know, it's too bad though, because imagine it was his first wave and the reverse happened, and all these pros are watching him, and he just gets pitted, just fully pitted, and they happen to be filming that day, and it's just like this guy Parker, like, it's his first time out, man. You know what I mean? Like it's
Tom Parker, dude, you're shredding.
Yeah, man, it's a history, bro. Tofino legend. Woo! You want to come to a beach party with full babes? You know what I mean? And like, it could have been a very different summer. You know what I mean?
Oh no! Well, that's the thing I was just going to mention. I was like, I bet there's a lot of wondering, like, what would have happened had I have nailed that. Like, if I went there and like knocked it out of the park, would I still? I mean, God knows what Parker's doing right now, but I'm saying, would he still be just a surf bum and, like, I don't know, living off like some sort of like Volcom scholarship or something, or sponsorship or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, would his whole life be different had that particular incident not have happened?
Well, think about it. If he became the surfer dude, and this would happen to anybody. So imagine you say, hey, this summer I'm going to learn how to skydive or become a snowboarder or whatever.
Gonna learn how to die.
I'm going to learn how to evade death.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you come back to Toronto or wherever he's from, and it's just like, you're a changed person, right? Your family's like, so how was it? You're like, I'm a fucking surfer, Mom.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even know.
Or you're coming back with your tail between your legs. They're like, so how was it? I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah. Let's just say
it was a disaster.
It was a disaster. I'll never be the same. And it's for the worse.
What Tofino trip?
Tofino?
Well, I've never
Who's
been
that?
I've never been to Tofino. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I was just head to Florida for a bit.
Tofino definitely sounds like someplace in California and not in the west coast of Canada.
They probably did that on purpose, though.
Oh, yeah?
I'm assuming, because they're just like, Canada, for those aspects, doesn't really have it. You know what I mean? Like, so, they're saying like surfing in Tofino is the best surfing you can get in Canada, right?
Okay.
That's a bunny hill to anything that they have down south.
Yeah, obviously. Imagine you forget often that Hawaii is part of the States and they get fucking pitted heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then have a fucking Spam sandwich.
But that's what I'm saying, right? It's because it's like a diet wave, diet surfing. Or, you know what I mean? Like, because when you see them ripping those crazy ass waves, it's always in California or, like you said, Hawaii or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Where they do all those like big like tournaments or competitions or whatever.
Yeah, where there's like a wave coming in that's like it comes once a decade, and they're just waiting for it, which drives me crazy when you see those videos. They're like the one wave that it's a rogue wave that happens once a decade, and
then you see this fucking dude.
No, but it's not just one dude. It's a sea of humans ready to capture their death on camera.
Yeah, they're pumped. They're like, yo, This was what my whole life has accumulated to. Take me. And you just see them just going fucking flying. And they look like little ants. Like on that wave, you know, you just see this. And then it always happens where the wave is like crashing down. And you just see this like little ant like emerge from the tunnel. And everyone's
hands up. Yeah. Meanwhile, all 80
Oh, the other people are all dead. No one gives a shit about that.
Yeah, like there's only first place.
Should we call the National Guard? Nah, they punched their own ticket.
Yeah. There's no podium. It's just one seat.
Yeah, they got the podium for the winner and then coffins all next to it for some reason.
A mass grave.
Yeah. They're like, so where does the winner go? That's the winner's circle. Oh, it looks pretty small. Oh, yeah, that's the death circle.
Yeah.
And that's where the majority of you people will end up.
You're all winners in our books. No, but man, surfing is tough. Like I've surfed once. And he's right. Or sorry, I didn't even mention anything. But like it's tough. So like to hit the big waves before you even know what to do.
Yeah.
Shocking that he went for it. But I guess he just went for it, right?
Oh, those guys are yoked too, right? Like when you see those like surfer dudes, like they're fucking jacked, man, because that's a hard workout. Now I don't know Parker's situation physically, but
probably not the best.
But even still, it's like it takes you a fucking some training to get ripped like that. Like those guys look like practically like bodybuilders. They're like Tony Horton on a fucking boogie board.
Yeah. You got to know how to swim, man. You've done some laps in your day if you're a surfer. You know what I mean?
Big time. You've got to have your bronze cross or whatever it is 10 times over. Because if you're like, listen, I'm about to go rip a tsunami right now and I might or might not come out of it. So I better know what the fuck I'm doing at the very least in order to potentially, I don't know, get back up to the top of the water or I'm legit being pulled down. Not to mention all the like shark activity. Now, I don't think there's like sharks in Tofino, but like surfing in general, fuck that. Like my family's from Oz, and so we go down there all the time. And I remember always, even recently, but even ever since we were kids, they always have those shark nets to protect you. And you're just thinking,
I don't fuck with sharks.
Don't even get me fucking started on that. But it's just like, you just think to yourself, you're like, on the other side of this thing, there's an apex predator that's hungry and he wants to just chow me down. Like, fuck you, man.
Yeah. Fuck you. Also, if you think that you're this net in the water, what if you just go over the net?
Kidding yourself, man.
Yeah, or
kidding yourself.
A quick chew or two, and they're through.
Yeah, if this guy hasn't feasted in a few months, he's thinking, I'll take down that electric fence like it was a fucking Go-Gurt and just fucking slice it back and then see a couple kiddos just doing a little doggy paddle and just go for a couple chomps.
Yeah, and then bounce real quick.
Yeah, you're not catching that thing.
No, especially those great whites, man. Like, you can't tame a beast, dude.
You gotta, no, not at all. I mean, sometimes they do, like, you'd have to get like crazy, like, apparatuses to like get these things, you know, because sometimes they like put like sensors on them and stuff and track their movements and stuff. There's no way it's just like, you know, the fucking crocodile hunter going down there and catching the shark and then being like, oh, I better put this GPS on him. They're like, let's get these giant boats and call in like the military and capture that one guy because we want to see his fucking swim pattern.
I don't want to get started on shark cages.
You see those morons that do it?
So forget about Tofino and forget about surfing. But there's probably someone that woke up and said, you know what? This summer, I'm going to Australia. I'm going to go fucking shark cage diving. And I don't know if I'll be... Yeah, and that's just insanity to me.
Hell no. And you know what the problem is? Maybe this sounds bad, but like sometimes you always see those like videos where it goes belly up and you're kind of like, you fucking deserved it, dude. You know, it sucks that you died and all, but it's just like, what did you expect was going to happen? Like, aren't you expecting that it's like, you know, sometimes you see they go down those shark cages or whatever, and they're feeding them like whale blubber or like cow guts or something, and the shark's coming over, and then the door just pops open because they forgot to lock it.
They
and
always forget to lock it.
And then the guy's like, "Well, I'm fucked." Right? And you see the fucking shark just like, hello, with his flappers, his fins, just like, hello, come over here to me. And he fucking, and you're just like, what else am I supposed to do?
And everyone on the boat at the top just sees like this pool of blood, and they're like, best if we leave.
Time to make it back inland, pal.
Yeah.
Time to make it back. No, because they feel the like chain pulling a little bit. And they're like, oh, I think there's trouble downstairs. And then they're like, yeah, well, we know what the hell's going on. And then the blood comes up, and they're like, all right, hit the horsepower, and let's get the fuck back to land.
Yeah, you guys didn't see anything, right? We're on the same page? All right, cool. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I thought you guys went on the shark seeing tour with 9. Oh, no. We went with 5. Because some people didn't make it back.
Well, listen, Parker, let me just tell you something. Let me tell you something real quick. I want to congratulate you, okay? Because
You fucking rotted, bud.